Yo, what is up, guys? And today we're going to be talking about the two banners that are currently rerunning for a week. And those banners are going to be featuring Vildred as well as Ravi here, as you see on your screen. We're also going to be talking about their artifacts individually, a Sword of Summer Twilight, and also Sigurd's Scythe, and if they're worth pulling for or purchasing with Powder of Knowledge from the Powder of Knowledge shop. So let's start off with one of the main characters in the game, Vildred. You guys probably already know what he does because you guys are forced to use him actually at the start of the game. But just in case, let's refresh. His S3 is an AoE attack that does more damage proportional to his speed. His S2 is going to be an attack buff when an enemy dies, and he'll also get CR pushed when an enemy dies. When he kills an enemy with his S1 or S3, what will happen is he'll activate Dancing Blade, which is an AoE attack. So basically a secondary attack whenever he kills an enemy, and an attack buff as well. And he will also get CR pushed when an enemy dies, regardless if he kills or if his teammate kills. S1, one of the best damage dealing spells in the game for PvE in my opinion, especially early game. It is going to be a 2-target attack that will do more damage with your speed. I really like this attack because it's AoE, but it will also not actually apply any debuffs, and it does pretty decent damage as well. This unit, guys, he's actually very good in my opinion. I think he's pretty underrated for PvE. He's extremely good for PvE in like Asmonach, he's good in Raid, he's good in Banshee. You can even use him in Expeditions, and he's just very powerful. Also in PvP, guys, he's extremely strong as a cleave unit because you're going to see that in his imprints here, you're going to get a speed imprint. This is one of the best speed imprints in the game behind only a few units. I think only one actually in Wanderer's Silk. But how this works is basically you'll give your entire team, if you're SSS, plus 12 speed, which is insane. It's basically almost a piece of gear with speed that's really well rolled into it. So it's going to be really easy to outspeed your opponents if you like cleaving, if you have a Vildred on your team. In PvE, guys, he's also used in a lot of content, especially for adventure. If you're looking for a unit to help you farm through adventure very quickly, he's a very good unit. I actually still use him in my Asmonach team because I think he's very strong, and he's definitely really underrated in my opinion. For PvP though, if you guys really like cleaving, he's basically a must-have because of his imprint. He's going to make it so you can speed contest, especially if you like to play World Arena. If you are a late game player and you're looking for good, imprints, Vildred's imprint is like one of the best in the game because people just get him to SSS and pull on his banner and spend a lot of bookmarks because they want that triple S imprint. I probably will be pulling for a lot of Vildreds on this banner and try to get mine to SSS as well. Now, talking about his artifact, guys, Sword of Summer Twilight, you're going to see that when you use a skill that targets all enemies, that'll be his S3, you'll penetrate the target's defense by a certain amount. Also, when you defeat an enemy with an AoE attack, you will increase CR of all allies except for yourself by 10%. So this is actually extremely powerful on Green Vildred himself, and it's also going to be very good on Rand. So if you guys like cleaving, you really want this artifact because 1, it's good for Vildred, who is a very good cleaver, and 2, also very good for Rand, who is one of the best cleavers in the game, especially for opening. So for this artifact, if you guys like cleaving, you definitely are going to want to purchase this with your Powder of Knowledge. Next, guys, let's talk about Ravi. Ravi, similar to Vildred, is also available from the selective summon, but she's a very good unit. So let's talk about her skills really quickly. Her S3 is an AoE attack with a chance to stun, and if you do stun those enemies, they will get CR pushed by 100%, and they'll still be stunned. So very good at lapping enemy teams, especially if you get that stun off, and this will penetrate target's defense now with the buffs, making her a lot more viable. S2 is going to be like a fighting spirit mechanic. Basically, every time she attacks or gets attacked, she'll also get attack and effectiveness stacking, and when she gets attacked, she will also increase her CR. Next, our S1, guys, it is a single target attack with a chance to stun before healing her, and this will also be able to be soulburn to do incredible damage. This soulburn S1 hits super hard, one of the hardest hitting soulburn single target attacks in the game, and it's on her S1 as well. So Ravi, guys, I think she's a very solid bruiser unit. In PvE, you can literally slap her into any team, and she'll be able to tank and also do a lot of damage. If you're looking for a good unit to carry you through early game PvE and mid game PvE, Ravi's extremely good. You can use her in Golem, you can use her in all of Adventure. She's very good in some expeditions, like I said. She's very good in Raid, and she's extremely good in Ancient Inheritance if your guild is struggling to get through that. So Ravi's an extremely good PvE unit. She's like a jack of all trades, if I can say so myself. Now for PvP, guys, I think she is definitely usable as a bruiser. I don't think she's like extremely broken, but I think that she is balanced. So you can pick her into teams with low damage, and she will pretty much carry because of her innate sustain with her S1, and also because you'll run her on Sigurd's Scythe. But she's also very good against very slow teams as well. You just have to be careful because she's pretty easy to cleave, and she's really easy to CC down nowadays. So besides that, pretty decent unit. I think she's worth pulling for if you're looking for a good jack of all trades unit for PvE. For PvP, I wouldn't pull her just for PvP purposes like I would for Vildred, but still a bonus to have if you have her already. Now let's talk about her artifact, guys, Sigurd's Scythe. So Sigurd's Scythe, One of the best, if not the best, warrior artifacts in the game, tied with like Draco Plate and a few others. Basically, this makes it so that any warrior unit that doesn't have sustain will now have sustain. So very, very good on pretty much every single warrior that you want to build like somewhat tanky. You're going to see when the caster's health is 50% or less, you'll get extra attack, which is insane. 25% attack is really, really good. And also you'll absorb the damage you do as health. So even at rank 1, guys, or not rank 1, but at plus 15 with 1 copy, it goes to 37.5% HP. And even a rank 1 Sigurd Scythe on Ravi, if you have that honor and you just S3, you will pretty much be full health. If you Soul Burn S1, you will pretty much be full health, if not full health. Very, very strong. Gets even stronger with more levels, obviously. But this artifact is so good, because if you think about it, if you guys are worried that, you know, your warrior will get one-shot, a lot of warriors that are built tanky will not get one-shot by anything unless they get, you know, defense broken. But in that situation, you're dead anyways most of the time, unless you cleanse it. And for that reason, like, Ravi is extremely powerful with this artifact and basically any bruiser, right? There are going to be some units that you don't want to run this on, such as like Alencia, which is better with like Draco Plate, or even like Shu, but Shu already has lifesteal built in. The thing is, like, this artifact, you can never put this on a warrior and say that this is a bad artifact. Also good on like Lionheart, Sirmia, and just like other units in general. So very powerful. I think this artifact is a must have. If you don't have a copy, I would definitely, you know, suggest buying it, because even at 1 copy, this is extremely good. I even hold like multiple copies at level 1 until I get more, because this is just how good this artifact is, even at plus 15. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this rotation, guys. Like, both units are pretty decent. I think Vildred is slightly better, especially for PvP players. If you are into late game PvP and like speed contesting, he's extremely good. You're going to kind of want to SSS him eventually. His artifact, very good on Ran and Cleave units like Vildred, anything with AoE. Ravi, guys, really good for PvE, especially in the early and mid game. She will carry you through everything early and mid game. And also for PvP, she's a decent bruiser unit, nothing too strong or weak. Her artifact, though, is insane. I definitely recommend buying this with her Powder of Knowledge because of how good it is. That being said, that's pretty much it for this video, though, guys. Hope you guys are having a wonderful spring. For me, I'm kind of struggling with my allergies, if you can't tell, but hopefully it'll get better, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.